It's time for another 2023-24 Worcester Railers signing. This time around, the Worcester Railers aren't bringing back just anybody. Chris Ordoobadi is back for another year in Worcester. Ordo, welcome back to Worcester.
Thank you. I'm super excited to be back and really happy. Been waiting for this day. So yeah.
So first off, just tell us, what was it like, the conversation to come back for another year here with Worcester?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a really good conversation. It was a really super easy decision for me. Had a great talk with Smo, kind of just about what he was trying to build here, what we're trying to achieve, and it just it fell right in line with everything I wanted to achieve, and Worcester is the place that ultimately I knew from the beginning I really wanted to be. So it was all the talks just went really well. So
You've played part of the last two seasons here in Worcester. You started last season with the Orlando Solar Bears. Just talk about how the year started for you last year.
yeah, I had an injury which was unfortunate right before training camp, and that kind of threw the monkey wrench in the plan a little bit, and ended up going down to Orlando, which was a really good experience for me. Felt like I was able to develop and get some good experience, and then was able to come back to Worcester, which is kind of where I wanted to be from the beginning, and and was kind of the plan prior to that injury. And then just got back to Worcester, and it felt just like home, and was really happy to be there. And we went down on that trip down south, and saw a lot of the old faces, old friends that were teammates from the previous year, and felt like could just get the ball rolling just the way I had wanted to. So
Talk about that moment. You're in Orlando. You get the call that you're going to be heading back up to Worcester. Just focus in on that moment. What was that like?
Oh, it was definitely a really exciting moment. I actually got a text from Apache saying that, hey, you know, don't tell anyone, but I think we're gonna try to trade for you. He had the little inside scoop and let me in on it a little early. And then sure enough, about 5 minutes later, I get a text from our head coach and GM in Orlando, Matt Kartner. He said, "Hey, just wanted to let you know, just saying, hey, if you haven't left the rink yet, come stop by my office," and stop by. And he said, "Yeah, sure enough, you're traded to Worcester." And it was it's always mixed emotions in that, when you get traded, but like I knew that Worcester was obviously where I wanted to be, and so I was pretty excited to get here and to get back with everything that we had going on here. So
And so, for the most part, I think a lot of our fans are really familiar with your game, but talk about the way that you play the game, if you will.
yeah, for sure. So obviously, um, core to my game and who I am is to bring that physical element, to be that power forward, to stand up for my teammates, have that kind of role where I can get some guys some extra space, and make sure that guys aren't taking liberties on my guys. I think also, like, I've really worked really hard this off season, to develop my game and to be a better overall player. And I'm really excited to help the team out in maybe a broader sense than in the past. And I think that hopefully through my hard work in the off season, I can prove that. And ultimately, I'm just a team first guy. Like, a big goal for me and for the team is for us to make playoffs. The last 2 years we were so close, and so I just want to do everything I can to help the team make playoffs this year.
So, talking a bit more about your style, when did you really sort of fall into this physical presence that you always like to carry on the ice?
Yeah, I think that kind of I started kind of realizing that would be my path when I was in college, and I started to kind of um, focus on playing a role that I think could make translate to pro hockey, even when I was in college. Obviously, um, there's no fighting in college, but still, like, even letting alone that side of things, just playing physical, being hard to play against, playing the game, the right way, and being that power forward that drives pucks to the net, that can protect the puck and hold on to pucks and cause turnovers on the forecheck. Like those were things I started to try to work on early on, and then when I kind of got my first shot at pro hockey, that's when I realized that maybe I could make a little role for myself by adding that toughness element and adding that grit and for standing up for my teammates. And so that's what I started to do and tried to kind of develop around that and try to create a little role for myself around that.
Growing up or even in college, as you sort of started to fill into this role, were there any players at the pro level already that you started to look at the way that they modeled themselves and you really took after?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I'm from Washington, D.C. So Tom Wilson was a player who I really tried to model my game around. He can play it throughout throughout the lineup. It's someone that I'm still working towards, obviously, that kind of player, but that's who I always try to kind of aspire to be like, because he can make plays. He finishes every check. He's physical. He's tough. He's mean. He stands up for his teammate. He can contribute in a lot of different ways. So that's a guy that I always really try to play like and kind of looked up to. But there are a lot of players like Milan Lucic is another one. I know like the Massachusetts fans, obviously know what he's all about, and that's what I kind of try to play like too. Like Luch, like he's one of the toughest guys in the league, but he also like in his prime could make plays offensively. He can hold on to pucks. He can drive the puck to the net. He could finish in front of the net. Like those are the types of things that I kind of aspire to be and try to every offseason I try to really work and develop my game to try to be like those guys.
Across your time in Worcester so far, talk about some of the favorite memories you've been able to pull together in your time with the Railers.
Yeah, so there's definitely a lot of really good memories. I think obviously we've kind of been a little bit short of our goal the last couple of seasons of making the playoffs, and that's really like the focus for this year. But despite that, there's been a lot of good moments and a lot of memories that I really like. Like anytime that we have a specialty jersey night, like the DCU is always packed. People are always coming out to support. Our boosters are amazing. They're like, I think they're the best in the league. So whenever we have events with them or things going on, kind of away from the rink and in the community, like those are some of the best memories I have. And it's just the hockey community in the Worcester area is so awesome. So it's the interaction with the fans in our booster club and those nights when we can really pack the DCU. Those are definitely the best memories.
And I know you've been in the area still to some extent here, but even still, any spots around Worcester you're looking forward to getting back to once the season kicks up?
Yeah, there's Worcester is so up and coming, and there's so many great spots, but definitely the Mercantile is definitely up there. Of course, Off the Rails is up there, like especially with I'm hoping to catch some of the live music, be able to check out some concerts and stuff. I haven't checked to see like if there's anything like big on the horizon, but those are definitely some things I'm looking forward to.
All right. Well, Chris Ordoobadi back for the coming season for the Worcester Railers. Excited to have you back. Thanks for taking the time today, Ordo.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited to get things going, and I'm really looking forward to opening night. Should be a blast.
All right. Well, that's another signing for the Worcester Railers for the 23-24 season. We're almost through all of our signings. Keep an eye on our social media channels to watch the rest of them come across as they come along.